Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about Microsoft Excel 2016, an intermediate course. This course mainly focuses on how to let you perform all your tasks in a better and efficient and a faster way. How can you do your edits or table making or copying formulas or so, mainly with a better performance. My name is Ahmed Algarhy, and I hope you enjoy this course.
In this course, we will split it into parts. The first part will be a little bit theoretical. We will talk about the terminology and will describe Excel and its components. This is a very important part to be able to understand each other when we are talking about parts of Excel, when referring to a range or a cell content or so. So please be patient with me in the first part. It shouldn't take long, and we will move fast to the practical part very soon, inshallah. Let's start with course objectives. Um, After completing this course, you should be able to do the following. To use advanced formatting, that means you can do format or you may be able to format tables right now, but after completing this course, inshallah, you will be able to do it in more advanced way. You will be more capable of using advanced techniques in formatting. Same, you will be able to be to create some charts, pie chart, bar chart, and different types of charts effectively. Also, you will be able to manage large spreadsheets with um, many thousand rows or records or many sheets inside the Excel workbook. Also, you will be able to use filters and lists, and you will know how to do a custom list for branches, for example, or cities or countries or so. Also, you will be able to use functions and formulas, how to make Excel do the hard work for you, how to ask Excel to do the calculations for you. We will use names to name some ranges to make it easier for us to call and understand and to refer to. Um, Lastly, and not last, we will be able to manage printing documents. And printing documents, maybe it seems to be so easy, and just you will press print and that's it. While in the real world, printing documents or printing Excel sheets might be a little pain. So we will try to manage how to see the different ways to print a document in Excel. Course prerequisites. What does it need to be able to attend this course? Actually, this course doesn't have any special needs. Just a very basic knowledge about Excel, how to open Excel, how to close it, how to save it. That means if you have ever seen Excel before, that would be enough for me. Course content. Um, we will start by some terminology. We will discuss the names of the objects that we will be dealing with in Excel. Maybe this will be a little bit boring, but this is, as I mentioned before, it is very important because we will use these names to refer to different objects in Excel. Um, this shouldn't take long. After that, we will go directly to advanced data entry. That means it's not just typing whatever you need in Excel to be able to do a data entry, but there are many different and faster ways to do your data entry. We will get to know some of these advanced techniques. Also in formatting, it's not just all about hitting some colors for headers and some borders for the cells. We need to understand formatting deeply, how to do these formats. And the fun part comes here when we are going to talk about creating formulas, and here we are really talking about Excel with formulas, and the hard part, or how to make Excel do the hard part for you, calculating maybe hundreds or maybe thousands of numbers really quickly and easily using Excel formulas. Then we will go to charts. We'll see how to make several charts out of our data. Terminology. Let's start with what is Excel actually. Actually, Excel is a software that belongs to a group of softwares uh, which they are called spreadsheets. These spreadsheets, there are many softwares belong to this group of software. Excel is not the only one, and it is not unique, and it is not. It wasn't the first software to do what it does. Let's have a look about. This is a small definition about spreadsheet and the spreadsheet applications. And here is a list of some of the most popular spreadsheet applications. For example, Lotus from the famous IBM. Also Microsoft Excel, of course. Then we can talk about Apache Open Office. We have a full office like Microsoft Office, but made by Apache. And there is a specific software in this pack, or in this office, called Calc. It is doing the same exact job as Excel. Also, there is something called LibreOffice. That beside, of course, the web-based spreadsheets. All the previous softwares are softwares that you can get and install in your laptop or PC. But if you don't have these, or you don't want to install any software on your laptop, you can still use Excel or spreadsheet on a web-based application. For example, here are two examples for us. The first one is Google Sheets, and the other one is Office Online. You can go to www.officeonline and you can use the full products of Microsoft Office. Let's go back to the Excel objects. Actually, Excel, as we see it, contains many different objects. For example, it starts with something called a workbook. A workbook is this full screen with everything. this one sheet is only a single sheet inside this workbook. Actually, this green area is called an application. This is the Excel application itself, and inside this application you can see here these small rectangles are cells inside this sheet, and this sheet is one of the many sheets that can exist in this workbook. That means if I press this plus here and here and here, I can see many sheets down there. All these sheets belong to only one workbook. So this is a workbook, contains many sheets, and each sheet contains these small cells. And if I highlight several cells like this, this is called a range. Each cell of these may contain some data or formula or comment. Advanced data entry. Let's start by the autofill. What does this mean? In Excel, of course, you can type some things. For example, you can type numbers like 1, 2, 3. You can type dates like 1st of Jan 2021. You can type a day like Sunday, and so on. But if you would like to type the full week for a month, you need to type 7 of these for 7 days, and you need to replicate them for 4 weeks or more. You're not going to type Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and so on, because this shall take too much time. And instead, you need to talk to Excel, or talk to Windows actually. How are we going to talk to Excel or Windows? By observing the shape of your mouse pointer. See, this big cross here means this is the normal normal shape of the pointer, of mouse pointer in Excel. But if you look carefully here, you will find a very tiny small square at the very bottom right of this cell, selected cell. If we hover over it, this white cross will be changed into this thin cross like this. And by observing this, Excel is talking to you and telling you now you can do something different. That means this shape is having a different functionality, but when we hover on this square here, you can find the mouse pointer changed, and this means Excel is trying to tell you something. Excel is trying to tell you that now you can do something else. What can we do? Here I can push my left mouse button down, keep it pushed, and drag. See, when I drag, I see this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on. I can drag it as much as I want. Whenever I release it, I see these days list coming sequentially like so. Same goes here when I'm talking about dates. I can pull it like this, and you see I can have here all full list of days, sequential days. 1st of Jan, 2nd of Jan, and so on. Jan 1st 2021, Jan 2nd 2021, and so on. Also here I can just highlight any two of them and pull like this. You can see it will do this sequence. And actually, if I have maybe odd numbers or even numbers like 2, 4, 6, 8, and I would like Excel to figure out the relation between these numbers and continue in the same sequence, I can highlight any two of them and pull from this very small part and move like this. You see it is skipping one count at a time, so it's 2, 4, 6, and so on and so forth. So Excel can figure it out. Okay, that means if I choose one number here and try to pull, it may not understand that I need to increase by 1. But if I choose a pattern, that means 2 or more cells like this, and try to drag it, it should understand the relation between the selected cells and try to replicate this relation below, either by skipping 1 or 2 or 3 or 5. For example, if I say 5, 10, 15, and so on, if I just grab 2 of them and try to pull it like this, it will figure out that there are 5s in this series and try to replicate this relation. Okay, what if I need to be more faster? I want to type here, for example, 1 without relation, and I wanted to fill series 1, 2, 3, 4. When I try to grab it, you will see it's only ones like this. Okay, what can I do? I'll do undo here. I can just push Control key before grabbing like this. Now I am faster. Instead of doing many steps like typing 1, 2, then selecting both, then grabbing, I can just type only 1, then grab it directly. But after pushing the Control key, now it will figure out that I need to do a series of numbers, or I need to fill it with a series of numbers. Let's continue advanced data entry. We have something called Autocomplete. That means if I'm having few words, like for example countries or cities or something like this, and I'm repeating one of these words in the same column, I can see this column is auto generating the same word again. Let's come here and see. For example, if I have some city names, like for example Cairo, and then Alex, if I try to type the letter C, it will automatically type Cairo and just will wait for me to hit enter to accept it. For example, if I'm typing anything else will start with letter C and A, like for example capital, it will start typing Cairo when I go for C and A. But now, as soon as I have two words starting with C and A, when I try to type a third word, C, nothing happens, A, nothing happens. But if I hit the unique character, for example I, it will complete it to type Cairo, like this. Okay. Also, we can pick from a drop down list. If the list is very large, many values inside it, and we are not sure how to type this word, we can just right click in this empty cell next in the same column, and here is an option called pick from a drop down list. If I push it, I will see a uniquely identified list here with all the values written in the same column. I can choose whatever I want. Alternatively, you can push Alt and the down arrow key to access this drop down menu, and then you can choose whatever you want. The last thing here in this quick filling or data entry, advanced data entry techniques, is using CTRLEnter to do a full filling of a range. For example, if I need to type Cairo in all these cells, I need to type it only once and then hit Control and Enter to find it filling all this area. For example, if I need to fill all this area with the word Cairo, I can do like this. Type whatever I need, A, B, C, then Control plus Enter keys. Let's continue advanced data entry. We have something called Autocomplete. That means if I'm having few words, like for example countries or cities or something like this, and I'm repeating one of these words in the same column, I can see this column is auto generating the same word again. Let's come here and see. For example, if I have some city names, like for example Cairo and then Alex, if I try to type the letter C, it will automatically type Cairo and just will wait for me to hit enter to accept it. For example, if I'm typing anything else will start with letter C and A, like for example capital, it will start typing Cairo when I go for C and A. But now, as soon as I have two words starting with C and A, when I try to type a third word, C, nothing happens, A, nothing happens. But if I hit the unique character, for example I, it will complete it to type Cairo, like this. Okay. Also, we can pick from a drop down list. If the list is very large, many values inside it, and we are not sure how to type this word, we can just right click in this empty cell next in the same column, and here is an option called pick from a drop down list. If I push it, I will see a uniquely identified list here with all the values written in the same column. I can choose whatever I want. Alternatively, you can push Alt and the down arrow key to access this drop down menu, and then you can choose whatever you want. The last thing here in this quick filling or data entry, advanced data entry techniques, is using CTRLEnter to do a full filling of a range. For example, if I need to type Cairo in all these cells, I need to type it only once and then hit Control and Enter to find it filling all this area. For example, if I need to fill all this area with the word Cairo, I can do like this. Type whatever I need, A, B, C, then Control plus Enter keys. What would happen if I work a lot with a specific custom list? For example, I don't want to use days of the week, or I don't want to use names of months, but instead I have some my own list. For example, I'm using the names of the states of the United States, or maybe I'm having some branches for my company or my firm, so I use them a lot. I need to type the names of these branches or names of these states a lot, so I would like to save them. So, as we have learned in the previous lesson, that I need just to type one single state and then drag it, or do an autofill, and then I can see all other states coming through. How can I do this? Here I'm having the full 50 states of the United States in order like this. I need to save them into Excel, so whenever I type Alabama, for example, when I try to drag it and drop, I need it to be written automatically. For example, here, if I try to drag it, nothing will happen. See, it only will be repeated Alabama, 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 and that's not what I mean. I just need, when I drag it, I see Alaska and Arizona and so on coming in sequence like this. How this can happen? This is something called a custom list. A custom list, you can access them by using this file, options, advanced, then go all the way down until you reach general section. Then there is a button here called edit custom list. let's push this button. You will find this small window. Inside this small window, you can add a custom list in two ways. The first way is to have a ready-made list like this one, states list, and then you can come here in this rectangle, just click inside it, go to your list, click down and pull until the end of your list. Remove your finger from the mouse, the window will appear again. Here is the reference for these values or these cells. I need to import them here in the custom list. So I need to push import. Now they are imported here, and each item is found in the detailed list. Of course, here I can modify whatever I need. I can do my modification. I can add a new one, come here, push enter, type whatever I want, and it will be added automatically. Then I can press OK, then OK. Now when I come to any cell and type Alabama and try to drag or to do an autofill like this, when I release the mouse, I find a replica from this list coming here. By the way, it is not necessary to start by Alabama. I can start anywhere. For example, I can start from Florida here. Florida. When I start pulling, I can see Georgia, Hawaii, and so on. So you can start anywhere within this list. From this position, when you start and start dragging, you will receive the second, third, and fourth, and so on. For example, it's not necessary to start from Sunday. I can start, let's say, from Friday. When I type Friday, enter, and try to autofill, the next one will be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and so on. So it's not necessary to start from a single point. You can start from any item in this list and pull down. This will give you a full repetitive list. Now we have reached final and my favorite part of data entry, Paste Special. Paste Special is a very powerful tool that enables you to copy and paste a specific portion of an object. Let's see. Before we start discussing Paste Special, we must understand all parts of cells. Here, these are few samples of Excel cells. Each one of these cells contains something. For example, this contains pure data, pure number, for example, or text or whatever. This one contains a formula. This one contains this comment. This one contains something called validation. This one contains format. What does this mean? In any cell, I can type value. For example, let me try to simulate these samples here and see what is the difference between these options. Let me come here and type any data, text like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever the data is. I can type data. I can type number like 1, 5, whatever. Here I typed 30. This is same as this one. And this is the simplest type of data we can type inside a cell. Here is in my comment, I'm just referring, just type 30. Type. What about formula? If I want to write a formula that sums up or multiply two figures or so to provide an equation, يعني, like this one. Here is also a 30, but this one is not typed. It is a result of a calculation. For example, here, if you look up in this small field, this field is called formula bar, and inside the formula bar we can see the true content of a cell. For example, here I can see the number 30, but actually this cell contains a formula 5 multiplied by 6. It doesn't contain an absolute number, but it contains an equation like this, a formula like this. Okay? So I need to keep my eyes on the formula bar as much as the cell itself to see the true content of the cell. Let's try to do the same value here, or the same function or formula here. I need to start my formula with equal sign, and then I do my formula. For example, here 5 multiplied by 6. Then I need to hit enter, like so. Now I'm receiving the result of this equation. Why? Because I have started with equal sign. These correct and incorrect, true or false signs means when I edit this, for example 5 by 7, if I want to reject my editing, I can choose this X like this, so it will not commit or approve my change. But if I want to change and I'm sure of my change, I can use this correct sign, okay, like this one, or I can hit enter. Let me click it. Here it is, the value comes here. Okay, so this one is typed by hand, 30, and this one is a formula or an equation like this. What about comment? Sometimes I'm having some cells with some data like this ABC. It is just a data, and I need to leave a hint to the users who are coming or working with me on this sheet. So I need to type them something, but I need this thing not to be visible to everybody. Just when you hover your mouse over this cell, I need just to have this comment appears. Otherwise, it shouldn't appear. Okay. So how can I do this? I need to right click on any cell that I need to add a comment for, and from the pop-up menu, I need to choose insert comment like this. Insert comment. The first thing that appears here is my username, which is Ahmed in this case, and following this a space so I can type any comment in here. When I move away and click anywhere else, it will disappear, and it will leave me this tiny red triangle at the very top right corner. See? This indicates that this specific cell contains a comment. This contains a comment. So, whenever I hover my mouse over this cell, I can see my comment appears like this. When I remove my mouse, it disappears, as you can see. By the way, if I right click again on the same cell, I can see two more options here. Let's start with this one, show hide comment. If I push this show hide comment, it will always make my comment visible, and I can place it wherever I need, like this. I can resize it like so. So it is now always visible. I can hide it from the same option again. Now it is visible only when I hover over my cell. If I want to delete this one, click with the right mouse and I can choose here delete. I can choose edit to edit this comment. So if I choose delete, it will be deleted like this. Okay. So what about validation here? Let's read my comment here. You can type only an integer between 1 and 9. That means I can write whatever but I cannot exceed, type something like this. See this error message? This error message says this value does not match the data validation restriction defined for this cell. That means we have a restriction for this cell depending on my data validation. We will talk more about data validation later, but now all what we need to know here is we can apply some validation for a specific cell. That means not any value is acceptable inside this cell. How can we do it? We can come in this cell and try to do it again from data here. I can go to data validation and data validation. See here, validation criteria, allow any value. So anything can be typed in here by default. I can change this one to whole number between 1 and 9. Then I can push OK. Now I can only type something between 1 and 9. I cannot exceed it like this. Okay. We will talk more inshallah about data validation later on. Finally, we can find some format. What does it mean? All these data are just data typed like this. Whatever, it's only direct typing or formula or whatever. But there is no format, no colors, no borders, no font type, no nothing. So the next section we will talk in full details about formatting. But I need to type something and I needed to take some color and background and so like this. From home here I can push this fill color, I can push this text color, and I can choose the borders that I want. So it's outside borders, the 4 borders. Now it looks exactly the same. Okay, fine. What if I need to have the same format without going through all these steps, pushing this one, this one, and this one? Sometimes colors are more complicated. They are not just a direct yellow color. Sometimes it's a specific color, like so. It's a specific color. So I need just to copy from this cell only the formats. I don't need the content, the word inside. I don't need ABC. I just need the format. What if I need from here the validation, not the data, not the 3, not the 9? I just need the validation. What if I need the comment, like this one, but I don't need the content inside? What if I need the formula without anything else? What if I need the data without the formula? I need the 30 without the details, how this 30 became. Maybe it is equal 3 multiplied by 10, or maybe 5 multiplied by 6. Both are 30. I just need the value, the result. I don't care about the equation itself. What if I need some part of this cell? As you can see here, all these cells contain data inside it. It contains comment and so and so. Maybe I can have one cell with all these characteristics combined. Maybe I have a cell with a text inside, with a format, with a validation, with a formula, all of them in the same cell. So how can I copy and paste? Not everything. I just need to copy and paste only format or validation or comment or one of these options. Let's see. First, let's grab all these 5 cells and choose copy, and come here, choose paste, normal paste. See, everything is exactly the same. This one is typed as 30. This one is an equation like this. This one is a text with a comment, the same comment, the same exact comment. This one contains a data, but I cannot exceed the limits. This one contains these colors for font color and background color and borders and everything. So if I do it again, let's come here, copy, and in the very next cell, let me just right click, and instead of paste, I need to choose paste special like this one. Now I can see this dialog box, and in this dialog box the first option I can see is all. That means I will paste everything, whether it's data, formula, comment, everything will be pasted, same as this previous example. But if I need only to paste one thing only, I can choose here one of these. Let's choose value. When I'm choosing values here, I'm removing everything else except the values inside these cells. That means it will paste 30 ABC 9 text. Let's see values and okay. See, 30 ABC 9 and text. If I refer to this one, I will see 30. If I refer to the next one, I should have seen the equation, but now because I have chosen to paste only values, I will see also 30, the result of the equation. The third one, there is no red flag here or red triangle at the corner because I have chosen to paste only the data, the values. So the comment was removed. The comment is only in the next cell. In this one, I can now type whatever I need because I have chosen to copy and paste only the value which was 9 without the validation. And here I can see my content, the text have been copied to the next one without any colors. Okay, so that is how to do a paste special. Let's copy again, copy. Let's come to this next cell, right click, choose paste special from here, and see this dialog box again. Now I can choose whatever I can paste, either everything or I can specify what I need to paste. Let's try something else. Instead of values, let's copy a comment. Okay, paste. See, only this small flag or red triangle is copied from the previous example. As you see, these moving dots or dashes represent the area that we are copying from, and I have pasted here whatever I pasted here. No values, no equation, nothing came except for the comment. Why? Because I have chosen only comment. Now I can, or I may go for a paste special again and choose formula and hit OK. In this case, all formulas move. So somebody might ask me, the first one is not formula, why it came? Because it is considered as formula inside a cell and it was moved as formula. So if you just click here, we will find the content of this formula is 30. No equal sign, no multiplication, no nothing, but it was as is. In the second one, we will find the formula because originally there was a formula, so now we can see a formula. In this one also the same as the 30, we don't have originally a formula, so it considered the value as the formula. Same goes here, same goes here. Okay, and still for the validation we didn't paste the validation, so we can exceed the limits as you can see. Another example here, maybe this one is actually more complicated than the other one, and will show you a greater use for this paste special. Sometimes I have expectation for each branch or each area separately, for each quarter separately, by gathering some intel about the market in this area and so. So in this case, maybe I need to multiply the first area in the first quarter by a specific multiplication or multiplier. The second one I need another multiplier, and so on for each area and each period of time. So let's say I'm having this projection. That means the first area on the first quarter I needed to be increased by 7%, so it should be 107%. Next quarter it will be 95% over this the previous year. Third quarter it will be 28%, and so on. So I have my projection here for next year, and I need to see the figures, how it is gonna be next year. So I will do the same exact steps. I will copy this range, and this time I'm not copying only one single multiplier, I'm copying full range of multipliers. And here I will choose, maybe I can choose the first one because they are the same area, 4 columns by the same number of branches, or I can select all these cells as well and try here to choose paste special. I will continue exactly same as last time. Value, this is optional because it's already values. There is no formulas in here, so it is optional to choose value. Okay, you can try it with or without. It will do exactly the same because these are currently values. And I will choose here multiply. What does this mean? That means I will take each cell from this range, projection range, and multiply it to the equivalent one, or the other cell in this range. That means I will multiply 107% by 6, 195 by 17, and so on. Let's push OK and see. Okay. See? This 6, if I just try to increase the digits, it is now not exactly number 6, it's 6.41, it's 7% extra, 7% increase. This, it was 17, now it is 33. It's almost double because here I'm asking for a double, almost 2. It's 200%. It's 195, almost 200%. So it is almost doubled, and so on for each single cell in this case. Okay, type, what if I need to have this projection not for all branches, but let's say for example this one I have no intention to increase or to do any changes here. Of course I can type 100% to be the same, exactly the same, but let's assume it's empty like this. Here this one is empty, this one is empty. I'm pushing delete on keyboard. For example, these branches I have no projection for them. I will maintain them same as. So for example, in Alaska next year I will maintain this 40, let's say 40 million or 40,000 or whatever, this 40 million sales in Q1. I want to maintain it as is, same as Colorado second quarter. I just will keep it as is, and so on. How can this be done? There is a great option here. If I just copy and come in here, just do my paste special, I will do exactly the same as previous. Values, multiply. If I do this right now, I push OK. See, all these empty cells are considered as zeros, and it turned this 40 and this 100, it was 40 and 100, it turned all them as zeros because it was considered as zeros. I don't want to do this. I will do undo. You can use Ctrl Z to do an undo. I need to copy these by the way, as long as these dots are moving, so these are still copied, considered as copied from Excel point of view. So I don't have to recopy them again. Okay, طيب. I need these copied cells to be pasted here with applying these multiplication ratios, and to exclude these empty cells from this operation. How can this be done? I will go to copist special, values, multiply, and here is a magical option called skip blanks. What does this mean? Skip blanks, that means if this cell is blank, do nothing here. If this cell is blank, do nothing here. If this cell is blank, do nothing here, and so on. Let's try to push OK, and please focus on this 40 for Alaska and this 100 for Colorado, because they are empty here and here. See, all of them have been changed except for these empty cells, like this Alaska, the 40, and Colorado here, the 100. They are still the same as before. Okay. Of course, the same, يعني, what we have discussed in multiply can be done with divide and add and subtract. These are 4 operations. We can use any of them to do a calculation while we are copying data from one area to another area. And of course, these data must be numerical to do this arithmetic calculation. We have discussed the first part, which is based, the second part, which is operations. Now we have discussed also skip blanks, and we see that it ignores the cells with blanks. We have left here only 2 options. We will not discuss this for now. We have this transpose. We need to understand what transpose here means. Transpose means simply, if I need to flip this row into a column, I can just come here, copy it, come to another cell, right click, paste special, and choose transpose. Of course, I can combine with transpose here. I can choose values, formula, format, whatever. Now I will choose all and will choose transpose to flip this from row into column. Let's push OK and see state Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and total. Now they are found as column. I hope you enjoyed this part 1 from Excel. We have discussed very few options of Excel. Excel is a very big and massive application. It can help you doing a lot of calculations, and actually it is fun for me to use Excel because it's very powerful, and it helps me in many things in my life, not only at work, maybe in my personal life as well. I hope you enjoyed this part 1, and hope to see you inshallah in next parts in this course. We will learn more about formatting and formulas, which is the most exciting part of Excel, when using formulas, when using if condition, when using summation, or how to do some summations based on a condition or so. Excel contains hundreds of formulas that will turn your life so much easy. Hope to see you inshallah in next sessions, and enjoy learning Excel. Thank you so much.